Hello, hello, hello. This is Shaman Durek giving you all so much love. Super excited to be here with you and just acknowledging how powerful our community is. A lot of the posts that I'm putting up on Instagram are very community based because I want us to connect our energies together so that we can continue to rise and evolve and continue to share. And the reason why I ask you when I put up, like, for instance, we put up today the Game of Thrones post where you choose to see which house you belong to. The reason why I ask you to tell us about why you chose what you chose and why you feel like it connects to you, it's the way for the tribe and the family of lit leaders to learn about who you are, right? That's how we build community, is by sharing a bit of who we are, opening ourselves up a little bit, and being able to open ourselves so that we are able to let people know, like, that's why I write in there too, so you can learn a little bit about me as well and get some really cool, fun facts. So please, when I make these posts and I say, tell me why you chose this, like what does it mean to you that you chose that, it really helps us as a community to grow and learn about each other. Because, hey, you might make a friend, you might meet someone who says, hey, I really love the way you think, I love your vibe, I love the way you're sharing with yourself, I'd love to connect with you. And boom, you got a new friend, one who is a lit leader of legacy. So that being said, we have an amazing healing temple coming up this Saturday. It's going to be great healing temple. We're going to do a lot of healings, bringing people up on stage and doing demonstration healings for people, so everyone in the room gets the benefit from that and can ask questions. And we dive in, we go deep. So if you're not signed up for the healing temple, you should, because it's going to be amazing. Okay, so I'm really excited that all of the great things that are taking place right now on the planet. I know a lot of you got my post about the Netflix, which is coming out soon, September 16th. It's not that far away. It's going to be amazing, and yeah, it's really good. And I'm glad that it's going out to 800 million people. So that way, it's going to be global. It's going to be in every country of the world. It's one of their biggest launches. It's going to be in every country of the world. So I'm really excited about that. And excited about being able to support more people and to be there for more people and to hold space for more people, to see how powerful and amazing and beautiful and creative and inspirational that we all are across the world, right? Because we have family members across the world in places we haven't even gone to, and they exist. And that's what's so beautiful and divine about all of that. So anyway, I'm going to go on here. We're going to do two healings. So, because sometimes a lot of people think I'm going to do more, but I don't. I have to do two only when I come on these lives, because it's important for me to conserve my energy and also to make time for other things. So that's really important. And not to mention the fact that my 1 year anniversary with my beautiful wife is come 1 year. I can't believe it. I got married 1 year ago. And so we're celebrating our 1 year anniversary. So I'm excited about that. And so I have to make plans for that. But I can't say what it is because the press will write about it the moment I say where we're going and what we're doing. So that's secret. Shh. So anyway, I'm excited about that. Thank you. Thank you. That means a lot to me. We love each other so much, and she's my best friend, and she's the love of my life and the most beautiful woman. I look at her every day and I just go, oh, what the most beautiful woman ever, It's really nice to be in a relationship where you truly honor the person you're with, like where you just want to make their lives be so filled with joy and love, and just like, and every time someone you love does something, you just want to acknowledge them. You want to lift them. You want to, like, always speak the highest of them. I don't understand how people, well, actually, I take that back. I do, because I have been in tumultuous relationships in the past, a long, 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 long time ago. But what I learned from those relationships was that I was in a great relationship with myself. And because of that, I was attracting someone who was reflecting those energies back to me in the way that I was treating myself. So when I realized that I'm actually an amazing person and I have a really good heart and I really love people and it's authentic, and I put people in such a high place because of that's just the way you're supposed to be, is to always hold the highest place for people. I realized that I don't need to be in a tumultuous relationship with someone who constantly puts me down or yells at me or creates drama or any of that kind of stuff. But I want to be with someone who appreciates the beauty and the love and the energy that I bring to the table and the devotion that I have and the how do I say, transparency and the part of me that just will never give up on someone until they've given up on themselves, right? That's just my thing, right? And I've learned, thank you. I've learned through many trials and errors about people and people who are not capable of really really showing up for themselves, but then someone expects them to show up for them. And that was the thing, is that I dated people in the past who weren't present with themselves, but wanted me to be present with them, and was putting all this expectation of what they needed from me in the relationship, but they weren't even loving themselves or giving to themselves or acknowledging themselves. And I was running around trying to like help them find their path, help them find what makes them happy, help them find, and that takes a lot of energy to like constantly you like constantly help someone love themselves. It takes a lot of energy, and so it's really unfortunate, you know, for people to have to go through that. So it's really unfortunate, and we have to start choosing relationships that reflect higher dimensional fields of love and energy. So yeah. Anyway, okay. Anyway, that's enough about me. And you know about the healing temple and all that good stuff. So I'm really grateful for each and every one of you. So first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to start off with a prayer, because I just want to pray for all of us so that we can have the highest level of support at this time. Divine Mother and Father God, divine Orishas, divine Ascended Masters, divine angels, divine ancestors, divine spirit guides, divine animal spirits and elemental spirits, and all sentient beings and deities of light. I ask and now for your greatest support on planet Earth, all the beings that move energies and make things happen. I really ask you to go into all of our lives with a very, very, very fine frequency, to look at the places inside where we're deceiving ourselves, the places inside where we're betraying ourselves, where we're abandoning ourselves, where we're not showing up for ourselves, where we're not putting our foot down and honoring ourselves, where we're not asking our soul, questions, where we're not engaging ourselves, where we're not listening to spirit because we don't want to be told what to do, where we're not doing things and creating things from a place of love, where we're putting more on us than we don't need, where we're creating expectations that weigh us down and burden us, where we're saying things to us and creating narratives and telling stories out of our mouth that are not very uplifting and supportive to lifting us up, where we are creating stories and narratives that aren't even real, that don't have facts or any kind of backing whatsoever, and that are continuing bringing us down, where we're connecting with people who don't see our light, our value, our energy, our love, and what we represent on the planet, where we're getting into relationships that are power plays and who's right, who's wrong, instead of let's evolve together, let's grow, let's share, let's love, let's be transparent, and let's create something beautiful, where we're connecting in places where we do our service, which people call work and job, but I call it being of service, where we don't feel valued and seen and acknowledged and honored, where we're not feeling like we're growing and expanding and evolving, where we don't feel the blessings and loves and energy of what we are truly supporting, that we're not supporting something that is really actually actively supporting the world. And really starting to understand that. And I ask spirits, I ask you to look at places where we're hurting our bodies, for the foods we eat, the things we drink. I'm asking you, spirit, to look at places where we lie to ourselves, where we keep ourselves stuck in illusion, where we hold ourselves in the past, that keep attacking ourselves from the past instead of cutting that timeline and creating a new timeline for this moment now. I'm asking you, spirits, to go into the places where we have malfunction in thinking around prosperity, wealth, and abundance, malfunction in thinking about health and regeneration, malfunction in thinking and how we think about the world and people in the world that distract us, and the news and the things that people are doing, certain leaders in the world that are operating out of integrity, that are distracting us from what's important here in ourselves. So I ask you, Spirit, I ask you to go in with a fine frequency, the finest frequency you can find in all of our lives, and weed us out of these turmoils, to lift us out of these places, to remove us from these things that we are doing to ourselves and that we are letting other people do to us. So we can rise and be the lit leaders of legacy that we are. So we can rise and be the power structures of light, energy, and frequency that represents love and embodied power in this lifetime, so that we can write the narrative of joy, happiness, love, freedom, bliss, elation, and spirited fun on this planet, where we get to bring heaven on earth and not be overturned by the energies of those who choose to dominate and seek dominance over people and manipulate people into fear and make them believe their own creator is fearful. None of that stuff applies to people who are lit leaders of legacy. None of that stuff applies to anyone who represents the golden thread. None of that applies to anyone who is here to change the dynamic structure of the sociological misconstruct of energy that has been manipulated by the malfunctioning masculine mind. No, I say no. I say, spirits, come in with power and grace and splendor to lift our vibrational field so that we can lift ourselves out of this tyranny, out of this type of energy, this low frequency, this low vibe, and keep rising higher, 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 higher. Because I know it's possible in this lifetime. And I know that each and every one of us who is here listening now or listening later knows the true calling in their heart to live a life filled with joy. I know that to be true. And that is what I pray for today. And that is what I say thank you. I say thank you, thank you, thank you for making this shift for all of us. Thank you, thank you, thank you for coming in with that fine frequency. So ever grateful, so ever thankful and appreciative and humbled by your presence, divine ones. Thank you for your service, your love, your devotion to humanity, to see us grow and become a prosperous, powerful beings on earth that love and create space for all things to exist, not just the things we're comfortable with. I love you so much, divine beings. I love you so much, Mother and Father God. I love you. But I'm here on this planet to serve and to hold space for my brothers and sisters. So I'm not coming home anytime soon, but I'm here right now, home with my brothers and sisters, building a temple of light, holding the grace and bounty and spirit that we all represent, and holding space for each person to see their uniqueness, their expression, and their divinity. So may my words and my love and my devotion reach deep into the hearts of every person who is ready to rise and see how powerful they are. No hierarchy, just brotherhood and sisterhood, walking together as one heart and one soul. So be it. Amen. Amin. Namaste. Mashallah. Aho ataku ase. Asheo, Amala Ashe, Aloha Nui Loa. Love you. Yes. That's what I say. I say yes to that. I say yes to that. Ooh, I feel some fires up in here. The ancestors up in here, baby, baby. The ancestors up in here, baby, baby. The ancestors up in here, baby, baby. Yes. Yes, 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 and another big yes. And a big yes to you and you and you and you and you. That's the kind of prayer I'm talking about. That's how we make movements. That's how we make movements. That's how we make movements. Kalai Gelson Jenam. Chok the Shekula Jenam. Chok Saviorum. That's how we make movements in the spiritual world. We don't do it any other way but the way it's supposed to be done. That's how we do it. Chok Tut, listen. That is how we do it. That is how we do it up in here, up in here, up and up and up in here. You know our Lit Leader family, we don't play. When we come in strong, we come in clean, we come in with energy, we come in with love, we come in with some of that yummy, yum stuff. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? All right. Okay. I know there was someone who wanted to go live with me. I remember it was a brother who was saying, can you please take me? I don't, let's see. I think it was, well, I'm sure it'll come right back up when it's time. But right now, we are about to turn it up. We're going to turn it up. Yes, Advance. Yes. It's a pleasure to pray. It's a pleasure to pray because we got to pray in the way we got to pray. We're not afraid of our Creator. No. No, sirree, Bob. We ain't afraid of our Creator because our Creator is pure love, non-judgment, full acceptance, and open arms and embrace and said, come home when you're ready. Because when you come home when you're ready, we got some good things up in here for you. Come home when you're ready. Some beings don't want to come home because they can't forgive themselves. That's why they trapped in the darkness. That's why we're here to hold the light, to bring them home, to be the torch, to be the lighthouse, to be the fire in the storm that people can't see. I can't see my way home, said them spirits in the underworld. I can't find my way home. I can't forgive myself. I keep reminding myself of all the horrible things I did when I had a human body. That's the reason why I'm trying to drag you down with me, because I feel lonely down here. And then we come in here with the light and we say, no, we're not going to sit here and persecute you for the things you did. No. We're going to hold the light. We're going to hold the torch for you to come home, because every brother and sister deserves to come home no matter what they did, because we eternal beings. Every experience we have in this physical world is only a physical world, is a temporary experience of this embodiment. We are much more than this embodiment. We are supernova, beyond that even more. And even that in itself. So every brother and sister, people make mistakes all the time. I don't understand what this whole cancel culture thing that people be doing, because people make mistakes all the time. I make mistakes, you make mistakes, this person make mistake, that person make mistake, they make mistake, make mistake, they make mistakes, people make mistakes, all kind of people make mistakes. But the thing is, if you take responsibility by showing that you are growing and evolving through those mistakes, you see, you deserve to be acknowledged, to be amplified, to be seen, to be preciously honored. You see, that is how we do it. When we sit there and we persecute people and we say they made a mistake and we want them to suffer, we want them to suffer, we want them to suffer. No, it's about getting them to go through what they need to go through to wake up. Someone says to me, oh yeah, my husband, he cheated on me. I want him to suffer. No, don't ask for suffering. Ask for redemption. Ask for him to be able to go through whatever he's got to go through emotionally, to see where he has made mistakes with himself that caused him to cheat on you. You see, there's a big difference. You see, a big difference. You see. The difference is that we're not operating in the field of, I want you to stay in eternal damnation and suffer like some people be doing on the planet, because them people be doing some crazy things, saying some crazy things, and then saying God is angry and God is mad and God is jealous. I ain't got no jealousy. God ain't got no anger. God ain't got no madness. If God is angry and God is jealousy, then what do we as human beings got to look forward to? God is supposed to be almighty, omnipotent, and omniscient, and be greater than anything we could ever possibly imagine. What would we be looking up to if God was angry, jealous, and mad? See, I ask my grandfather that all the time. I was like, Grandpa, if God is angry and God is jealous, that means God has fear. And if God has fear, then what do I have anything to look up to? Am I supposed to look up to God who has fear? Because I have fear, and I'm supposed to be looking up to something that helps me get rid of that fear. And he's got fear too? That don't make no sense. That don't make no sense. God is mad at you. God gonna send you to hell. Where in the heck is this hell? Please, can you tell me, did anyone ever get there? Did someone take a flight there? Is there a plane ticket you can buy to get there? Because the only hell that I see is the one that you create with your own consciousness, not the one that God sends you to, because that doesn't make no sense. I mean, I could go to an average person on the street with a microphone and ask them, if your kid did this, and you had a fiery pit in your backyard, would you throw your kid into it? And everybody will say, oh, no, no way. I would never throw my kid into it. I mean, sure, I'm sure there's some people who would probably throw their kids into it, because there's some people who got some cuckoo. But the thing is that, we bless them too, because they got to get their mind in the right place, because they got some malfunction in thinking. We just gonna, you get some malfunction in thinking. But the ones who wouldn't throw their kids in the pit of fire, as we say. If you wouldn't throw your kids in the pit of fire if you had it in your backyard, then what makes you think God would do it? Isn't God supposed to be higher than us, more smarter than us, more wiser than us? And we wouldn't throw our own kids in? So why would God throw our kids into the pit of fire if we wouldn't throw our own kids into the pit of fire? I mean, come on now. Come on now. I said, come on now. Come on now, y'all got to get it right. Listen up in here, up in there, up in here. That's malfunction, all right. People coming up here telling me, go to church and tell me I was sitting in this church in Norway and had this person put the speaker on me for this person's confirmation. And they said, and you're going to go to hell. I said, oh, take these speakers off my ears. You ain't going to you're going to put that up in my ears. You ain't putting that up in my ears. No, sorry. You ain't putting that up in my ears. And you know why? Because I know it's a lie. Because I know that I can take 10 people right now and ask them if they had a fiery pit of hell in their backyard, would they throw their kids in that fiery pit of hell? And they would say no. So then you think a human being who is not even at the level of God consciousness that God is, would not throw their kids in a pit of hell, but God would? What's wrong with God then? So that's all right. I think God was made up by man to fit his agenda, and the real God is God of love, God of non-judgment, and God of acceptance, God of play, God of joy, God of pleasure, God of prosperity, abundance, happiness, freedom, love, life, anything you can imagine that takes you to a higher place. That is the God. That is the God. Yeah, that is the God. That is the real God. And that's that. As Chun-Li says, that's that. I don't know if you ever played Street Fighter, but I did. I was a big Street Fighter, and I always played it from Chun-Li because she would kick like, and she'd be like, that's that. So anyway, I had to just drop it like that for a moment, for a little moment, a moment to just spread that information and call it out for what it is. Yeah. Because I feel sometimes people be just taking it a little too far. Just a little too far. A little too far, right? It's like it doesn't take a brain science to put two and two together and figure out that things are not what they are. It's called common sense. Common sense is like this thing. It's called common sense. Yeah. It's like people be like, oh yeah, I'm having shadow work. I said, that's not common sense, baby. Common sense. Your shadow is the part of your being that's holding on to all the things that you have not showed up to say, I love. Why would you call it work? Are you a slave to the spirit world? Are you a slave to the shadow? Because work to me is slavery. It's like, I got to go to work. Oh, you got to go to work. No, you can choose to go to work. You go into service to support something that you believe in, or maybe you don't believe in it. Maybe you only believe in one thing, is getting that check, that paycheck. You know what I'm talking about? Paycheck. You getting that paycheck? I know I'll be crazy sometimes, but I got to keep it like that, because in this world, you got to be all kinds of things. And sometimes you got to make people laugh, because that's the best way to get the information in the head, is to make people laugh. That's right. So make some people laugh. Get that paycheck. Get that paycheck. You get that paycheck, boy. You got a paycheck. Because that's sometimes people just taking a job just to get a paycheck. They ain't even looking at the job. They ain't even looking at what it's supporting in the world, what's it doing. They don't have any passion towards it. They don't feel like, I can't wait to wake up in the morning and go to this place and do my service. No, they want the paycheck. What, you get your paycheck? You got your paycheck. You got your paycheck. Yeah, no. Mm-mm. A long time ago, I made a decision that I was tired of getting a paycheck. I remember I was working at this place called East Texas Distributing Company. Yes, East Texas Distributing Company. You know what I did? I would check in all these videos for Blockbuster Video and then put it on a conveyor belt and then take a little lift, and then lift it into the truck so they can get it to all the Blockbuster houses. So one day, I came in a little bit late, and my boss said to me, Mr. Verrett, you seen you came in late, and that's just not going to be okay. So the next time you come in late, I'm going to have to fire you and you're not going to get any pay. I was like, what? Excuse me? What? What did you say? You have power over me? You have power of how I make money, how I pay my bills? You have power over me based on my time? Oh, no. I said, I quit. Yes, I said I quit. And then I went and I took myself to National Holistic Institute. National Holistic Institute is a place where you can learn how to become a health educator, learn about massage techniques and health education. You can do all kinds of secondary courses too as well. But I went there because I wanted to put the power back in my hands. I didn't want anyone to hold anything over my head. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to choose to do things in life where the power is in my hands, where I make the money. I make the money. You're not going to tell me if I come in late, you're going to throw me in the trash can and take away my money and I'm not going to be able to pay my bills. It's not going to happen, boo-boo. So I went to National Institute and finished my course, graduated health educator, opened up a massage clinic, made money doing massage and healing, and then sold that, and then just kept, doing more things. And you know what? I learned that I don't like actually being a slave to anyone, ever. And I am my own person. But everyone has their own thing. You may choose to do something for someone, and you may choose to take things in your hands. But you gotta believe in yourself, and you gotta believe in yourself. You have to believe in yourself enough for other people to believe in you. You can't just expect people to believe in you and then you believe in yourself. It doesn't go backwards like that. You gotta believe in yourself first. That's what I had to do. I had to believe in myself. I didn't care what people said. I remember I was making kombucha out of my house and I was giving it to the neighborhood people and selling it to them. I didn't care. I had a babysitters club and I hired a bunch of babysitters, and I basically created a whole babysitter format of how all the babysitters have to clean the house, cook the food for the kids, read them stories, put them to bed before the parents get home. It was a check mark. You make sure you did all those things before the parents got home. And I created a whole babysitters club and made money from that. It's like you can do anything you decide you want to do, but one thing you have to make a decision on that has to be clear as day is clear as the sky is clear as the clouds are out of the sky, and it's just clear sun coming through with blue skies, is that you have to make a decision to not be a slave. That's it. That's what you do. That's what you do. That's what you do. You have to make a decision to believe in yourself, not be a slave, and know how amazing you are. And look, let me tell you something. If anyone hasn't told you how amazing you are, let me be the first person to tell you. You are so amazing and so powerful and so brilliant and so genius and so creative, and you can do anything, but you've got to say the right things to yourself, baby. Because I can tell you till your face turns blue how amazing you are and what a gift to life you are, but at the end of the day, you've got to take the helm. So I pass the torch over to you, and I need you to wake up every day and celebrate you. Okay? Every day, tell yourself how amazing you are. You come up with a great idea, I want you to talk out loud, because you know what I do? Sometimes people will be like laughing, but I don't care if people laugh at me. They can laugh all they want. One time I was at this party, and I came up with this brilliant idea, and I was like, oh, Durek, you come up with such brilliant ideas. And this person goes, are you talking to yourself like in third party? I said, yeah. They're like, why? I'm like, because I came up with a really amazing idea and I wanted to tell myself that I came up with an amazing idea. They're like, isn't that a bit like egotistical? I said, let me explain something to you, because I feel like sometimes people don't understand the ego. So there's two types of egos, right? There's the ego that says, I want to put everyone down and make everyone feel like crap so I can feel better, right? That's like the dysfunctional ego that operates out of fear, lack, limitation, and scarcity. Then there's the ego that actually makes sure that no one can walk all over you. And that's the ego that I have. And I have a big one. It's huge. It's like really big. It's like almost like yeah, it's really huge. It's probably big, like really big. And I actually want to get it bigger. So I'm looking for ways to pump it up, But that ego is for me. And that ego reminds me of who I am and why I love myself and why I matter and why I get up in the morning and why I do the things that I do and what a beautiful soul I am and how kind I am to other people and how much I show up for other people and all of those things. That ego, right? I'm telling you, it's big, but I want to get it big. I want to get it like Thunderdome big, like big blimp big, like some other planet in another universe. You understand what I'm saying? I want to pump. And that's what you have to do, right? Because that ego makes it possible so that when someone writes something really bad about me in the press or they trash my Wikipedia, I mean, if you have seen my Wikipedia, it looks like, I mean, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, people said I went to prison for 4 years. I don't even remember what prison I was in because I never went. But anyway, it says I went in the Wikipedia. It says I was engaged to a guy, which I never was engaged to, which I thought was funny. But anyway, nonetheless, my Wikipedia, they trashed it. The press trashed it, and then they wrote articles, and then they got those articles written by other articles so they can make it more solidified. And they kept trashing it and trashing it and trashing it. Whatever they did, they did. Okay. But the point is, people say all kinds of things about me in the press. I'm crazy. I'm this. I'm that. I'm a lunatic. I'm a cuckoo bird. I'm a blah, 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 whatever. But the truth really is what it is. I'm a lover. That's what my niece said. My niece says, Durek, you're a lover. You're a lover and you love so much. I've never seen anyone love like you before. That's what my niece is telling me the other day on the phone. She's like, Uncle, I'm so happy that I get to be your niece because you're the greatest lover I've ever met in my life. You love people so much. And you know what? It's true. But the thing is, there was a time in my life where my ego was inflated and I didn't believe those things about myself. And so someone could come in and say something really mean to me and it would really affect me. But now that my ego is pump it up, I'm like, go ahead. Tell me something bad about myself that you think that you feel that I am, that I know that I'm not. But go ahead and say it and let me see if I feel anything. Durek, you are the scum of the earth. Durek, you are a charlatan. Durek, you don't have any brains in your head. Durek, you're not a shaman. You don't have any shaman things. You're not a shaman. You whatever you think you are, you're not. Oh, okay. Durek, you're a very mean and evil person. Okay, interesting. You see, because when you pump up your ego is for you to edify yourself, for you to wake up every morning and tell yourself how happy you are. You get to spend another day with yourself. Your ego is there to remind you how smart and intelligent you are, how graceful you are, how adventurous you are, what an amazing creative soul you are. So that when people actually do those things and say things to you that aren't true, you don't really feel anything. You're like, oh, interesting. Did you come up with that alone, or did you come up with that with a posse? Did you come up with that, in over time? Because that's a very interesting thought of yours, right? But at the end of the day, right? At the end of the day, when your ego is like pump it up, you don't have to be tripping off all that nonsense. You just let people be who they are because your ego's so big. You ain't tripping. You know who you is. You know who you is. You know how you do. You know how you do, boo-boo. Right? People say all kinds of things. They can say, oh, you're, Let them talk. You know how Maria Antoinette said, let them eat cake? Let them talk. Let them talk. Because when your ego is pump it up, pump it up, pump it up, pump it up, pump it up. You ain't got nothing to worry about. So every day, babies, please pump up your ego. Don't listen to people when they talk about kill your ego. I don't know. I think that's the matrix infiltrating the spiritual community. I really do. I don't know where people are coming up with these words, dark night of the soul, shadow work, kill your ego, all this nonsense. Oh, no, don't you dare. Let them eat their hamburgers. Leave them alone. If you're vegan, let them eat their hamburgers. Get out of their face. Do your thing. Eat your salad and your lettuce. Stop telling people what to do. Let people live the way they want to live. If it's not bothering you, get out of the way. But the thing is, people are saying, kill your ego. And I go, what? What are they talking about? Your ego is what edifies you in this embodiment. It actually what anchors you on this planet. Without your ego, someone can come in and destroy you just with words alone. Why would you want to kill your ego? That makes no sense. That sounds like a matrix programming infiltrating into our spiritual community. That's crazy to me. Absolutely bonkers. Absolutely bonkers. Because at the end of the day, you need your ego to know who you are, to be clear in who you are. So someone doesn't just come in and be like, you're a loser. And you're like, oh my God, I can't believe they said that to me. I give so much of myself. I give them everything to myself. I give them everything. I did everything for them and they don't even see me. They don't appreciate me. They don't acknowledge me. They don't, they don't see me. They don't appreciate me. They don't love me. I give them everything. Oh God, cry me a freaking river. Okay? Cry me a river. As long as the Nile, because that is what you are in. It's denial. Denial of the power and the energy that you represent on this planet that God has given you from the day you were born. You were given the stamp of approval the day you were born, and you're still seeking approval from people who are incapable of giving you that approval because they can't even give approval to themselves. You think they're going to give approval to you? You're trying to get love from someone who can't even squeeze love out of themselves? That's like asking someone, can you please give me love? But I know you can't give it to yourself, but can you find a way to give it to me? Ew, yuck, ick, ugh. No, no, sorry, Charlie, no, no, I'm not going to try to squeeze the love out of you when you can't even give love to yourself. There's nothing in there to squeeze. There's no juice. I want the juice, baby. I want the juice. J'adore. I want the juice. There's no juice to squeeze from you. So I give no juice from you. I'm not going to expect to get some glass of juice when there's no juice in you to give to yourself. Sorry, cha-cha. Sorry, cha-cha. I'm sorry, boo-boo. This ain't your place. No, I'm not trying to squeeze juice out of you when you can't even give juice to yourself. I'm not trying to squeeze love out of you. You can't even give love to yourself. No. I'm not going to try to get respect from you when you don't even respect yourself. No. I'm sorry. No, 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 I'm sorry. I'm not trying to squeeze you for anything. No, I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. There's nothing to squeeze from you. I had people calling me up going, I can't understand why this person doesn't love me. Why this person don't love you? How do you expect that person to love you and they can't even love themselves? Don't you see how they treat you? That means that they treat themselves 10 times worse. If someone is saying something nasty to you, they're saying 10 times nasty things to themselves internally. You just don't hear it. You just don't hear it. No. I had a situation where this couple came to me and they were like, wife was like, he's always speaking mean to me. He's always being mad to me. I said, honey, boo boo, let me tell you something, okay? Because Cha-Cha don't play. Let me tell you that he's saying worse things to himself. She goes, no, he's not. I go, yes, he is. I said, just for the sake of saying, do you say horrible things to yourself in your consciousness? He goes, well, yeah, but, I don't know, I'm like, okay, there you go, right there, boom. You expect him to give you love when he don't even give himself love? You expect him to take you to a movie when he ain't even taking himself to a movie? You expect him to be able to create security and foundation for you when he can't even create security and foundation for himself? That's crazy. And you chose him anyway, and you complaining? You didn't see the red flag? You didn't see it? You didn't see it, huh? You didn't see the red flag when he was already treating himself in a certain way? You thought he was going to treat you differently? You cannot squeeze anything out of anyone who doesn't give it to themselves. Period. I love that boy. The boy, he's like, period. Sorry, it doesn't work that way. And I wish the world worked that way, but it doesn't work that way. They should have given us cartoons when we were kids. They used to do this thing when I was a kid where they had this thing come on TV and it would say like, it's 10 o'clock. Do you know where your kids are? They should have said, it's 10 o'clock, you lazy parents who have no awareness of where your kids are. Need to wake up and smell the coffee beans. I like it when people tell it to me straight. Tell it to me true. Give me the true. You know what I'm saying? I like the true. So I can do what I need to do. You understand what I'm saying? People sometimes be, like, like kind of like beating around the bush. I'm like, don't beat around the bush with me. My greatest friends are the ones who call me on my bullshit, the ones who check me in public, the ones who are like, oh no, Durek, really? You know, like I love that. I'm like, give me that fire, because that's what makes me grow. That's what makes me know the true. See, if I don't see the true in you, then I know that you are full of poo, because you ain't giving the true. So you full of poo. Yes, that's the truth. And the truth, like they say, will set you free. It will. Don't be too hard on yourself. Did you see the feather post that I put up this week? Don't be too hard on yourself. Look at the feather post if you didn't see anything. You ain't going to my page and looking at things. I put things all the time. Did you eat that salad that I put up? That's a good salad for your soul. If you say the words and you eat that salad, you're going to feel something really mighty wonderful. And if you do some of the exercises I have for abundance, you're going to see money flowing in the door. You just got to do the things that I'm asking you to do. I'm not asking for much now. I'm not just asking you to read a couple posts, maybe read a blog. I put up a whole new thing called Insta Blog, which I'm going to be creating Insta Blogs, where you get little short blogs of spiritual wisdom, shamanic wisdom, things that will shift your life. Just a little bit of this and a little bit of that and a little bit of this and a little bit of that to take you to higher places. It just takes a little bit of your time, darlings. Just go up on my page and just, take a look and see like some of the exercises and some of the things you say out loud is really going to change your life. You ain't going to change your life by creating narratives that you can't do something or that you can't understand something or you don't know how you're going to make money. Just the words out of your mouth of, I don't know how I'm going to do something, already puts you in the category where spirit can't help you. Spirit can't help you if you don't meet them halfway. Hello? You can't say like, I'm this age, I'm never going to meet someone I love. Then you just ain't going to meet somebody, honey, because you just keep saying the words and spirit's like, we were really looking forward trying to get there and help her. But she just said the words that told us that we can't help her until she comes out of that psychosis, because that's what it is. It's psychosis. That's what it is. It's a psychosis. It means that you have malfunction in thinking. You ain't thinking and saying the right words out your mouth to help the spirits come in and support you. So why are you saying it in the first place? People be saying all kinds of things out of their mouth. Oh, I'm running out of money. Are you running out of money? Because the spirits told me they have a whole bunch of money coming your way right down the street. But now you say you run out of money. Now spirits have to stop that money from coming in because they got to support you. They got to do exactly what you say because you're the child of God. And what you say is law. That's how it is. What you say is law. Say you're running out of money, you're going to run out of money. Don't be surprised when the money dries up. Don't be surprised when the money dries up. I think I should write that as a country song. Don't be surprised if the money dries up. If you run out of money and you got no penny, don't say you ain't got no plenty. If you run out of money and you say it out your mouth, don't look back and just run to the south when you run out of money. Don't look back because you run out of money. Yeah, that would be a great country song. That would be a great country song because I love my country music. I love my country music. I'm running out of money, and that's why you got no money in your pocket. That's why you go back down in the morning and you're sitting down. You run out of money, but get on the ground. Because that's what people be doing. People be like, this person is, is doing this to me and this to me and this to me and that to me. Someone told me this week, called me up and said, there's some spirits and they're touching me and doing all kinds of stuff. I said, first of all, let me explain something to you about spirits and curses and hexes, okay? If I had a spirit in the room touching me, I'd be like, ooh, you touching me today. You feel like you need some love, honey? You need some love? Because I got a whole lot of love for you. You need some love, baby? Because you be touching me over here and over here, over here. I feel you touching me now. Oh, what's her name sent you to me? She did some mojo, some black magic, and she have you touching my body. Mm-mm-mm. Well, let me give you some love 'cause I got some illumination. I got some love. I got some love for you today. You know that spirit will stop touching you and run far, far, far away. The spirit is anytime someone puts a curse or a hex on you, they're hoping that you actually make it stronger by being a victim and fearful when the energy or the entity that is coming at you is trying to come at you. Please don't you come in my room at nighttime without, because you're going to get some loving. You come in my room at night, spirit come in there and be like, I'm coming to get Shaman Durek. Okay, and the spirit comes in. It may not be walking like that, but I'm just adding some, dramatics to it. So I'm going to put the dramatics back up for you so you can see how the spirit walks over to my bed. Okay, and this spirit comes up and walks up in my bed, and I'm like this sleeping. And the spirit comes in, and I see his spirit. I'm not going to be like, there's a spirit up in here. Help me. Oh my God, please, Jesus, help me. That's not how a lit leader does it. That's not how a lit leader does it. No, what a lit leader does is this, okay? So here comes the spirit. Himajay, ha ha, ha ha. Himajay, ha ha, ha ha. Okay, I just giving you, that doesn't maybe the spirit doesn't walk like that, but let's just say that it did, okay? So anyway, the spirit comes in my bed. I'm sleeping like this. Okay, and the spirit comes in my bed, and I said, oh, it's so nice to see you. I'm so happy you're here because I have so much love to give you. Oh, look at you making all them weird faces and stuff. Ain't that sweet? Well, I got so much illumination and love to shine on you. Matter of fact, I'm shining that love on you right now. Do you know that spirit be like, this would be spirit be like, hammer J. And when it heard me say what I said, be like, and gone. That's it. Done. That spirit ain't coming back no more. I tell you that. Not in my house. I don't know why people be putting all that fear out there, all these dark entities. Oh, the spirit and boo hoo he ha he ha hoo ha woo. Please. I'll be like, what's her name in Beetlejuice? I'll be like, do you guys always wear sheets? Because that's just not going to scare anyone. Yeah, that would be me. Because you see, whenever I was a kid, I really spent a lot of time in the darkness and like really searching what the darkness is and like how they operate and how they think. And like I was always traveling to the underworld. It was like my favorite thing to do. And not only that, but I would turn off the lights in the house and like make it really, really dark in the room. And then I'd ask for all the darkest beings from the underworld or what people called hell to come forth and confront me because I wanted to understand like, okay, like what are you guys all about? Like what kind of powers you have? How far can you take this? Like what you got going on up in here? And all I found was a bunch of souls that were lost and couldn't find their way to the light. And when I said, oh, but people call you demons, I said, yeah, when they call us demons and they have images of it, we just take the shape of whatever they give us. I said, oh, so if someone thinks of Freddy Krueger, you're going to come as Freddy Krueger? They're like, yeah, that's pretty much right. So if someone thinks Godzilla and they're scared of Godzilla, you're going to come as Godzilla? Yeah, that's pretty much how it goes. I was like, wow, it's not as scary as I thought it was going to be. I thought you guys were like these real monsters that were like creeping around in the night, but actually really what you are is like these energies that take on the shape of whatever we're scared of so that you can gain power from us. Interesting. And then I just kept diving deeper and 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 getting all the information from the darkness. And then I realized I could just talk to the darkness whenever I want to. Get all the information I want to get. It's really interesting. So anyway, I realized that the thing that they're scared of the most is literally love. Love. So what I would do is I would like confront these like really scary monsters or what you call monsters or people, my friends would call monsters. They're like, oh, there's this thing holding me down in my bed at night and I can't move. And every time I scream, I feel like it's stopping me from screaming. I was like, oh, okay. All right. I said, so next time it does that, I just want you to think of something you love. That's it. And then they did. And they're like, oh my God, it let go of me and it took off. I'm like, yeah, I probably did, didn't it? Yeah. Yeah. And then I had another friend who was like, had this spirit in his house and was like haunting the house and stuff. And supposedly someone played with a Ouija board in his house and the spirit was like keeping them up at night. And, like every time he'd close his eyes, he would get this scary like thing jumping in his face and whatever. So I said, you know what I want you to do? I want you to just like I want you to, like, next time it comes at you, I just want you to start singing a song from the Beatles and just be like, love, love, love. Everything is love. Love, love, love. And just see how long that spirit stays in your house. Just every day, just see like love in the walls, love in the windows, love in my forks and knives, loves in my plates, loves in my shirt, loves in even my thighs. Love, love, love is in my pillows in bed. Love, love, love is on my child's sweet head. This spirit left that house faster than you can say, "Hama jungle hama wanga hanga wanga hanga manga wanga 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 wanga." Okay? That spirit was gone. That spirit was ghost. That spirit was like, peace out. Not this house. This house got too much love. He putting love up in the walls and his pants. He putting up love in his kid's head. Putting love in the kids' toys. Putting love in the food and the plate and the dishes and the forks and the knives and the spoons and the cups and everything got love in it. Mm-mm. Ain't no spirit gonna stay in your house. That spirit was gone. Gone like Flash Gordon gone, like Flash from the whatever thing, Superman hero people thingy, gone, like you ain't seen nothing ever fly that quick out of the house because love is not what they're looking for. They're looking for fear. They're looking for stress. They're looking for worry. They're looking for hate. They're looking for envy. They're looking for jealousy. They're looking for any emotion other than love. Okay? That's what I gotta say. Now, I went on a little bit of a tangent because I got real hyped up. And that's what happens to me when I feel the power of spirit. I get hyped. You understand what I'm saying? So now I'm going to do 2 healings on 2 people. And now I remember someone said that they wanted to go first when I first came on. Maybe he's still here, maybe he's not. I don't know. But the point I'm saying is that enough with the nonsense. Common sense is the key. What did someone say? Someone said, "What do you think? What do you think cursing out of anger?" If you want to curse, you can curse all you want, but if you cursing because you got anger, you are attracting all kinds of weird energy. And that's the truth, Root. I got on, he said he wanted to go live. The moment I opened the whole entire live, he was like waiting for me. He was like, I'm gonna get you, Shaman Durek.
Oh, hey,
That's what he said. You said, I'm gonna get you, Shaman Durek.
I just gotta say that I loved today's live. Hmm.
Why do you love it?
Because like the when you were talking about somebody loving themselves, right? Like they're juiceless, right? And it it a part of me was like, yeah, I need to turn it like up a little, and also like the ego, right? Like so many times I've, heard like, oh, you need to, you know, kill your ego or, can't listen to your ego, right? Whereas like you explain that there's like there's dysfunctional ego and there's um the actual like ego that's based in love. And it had me like thinking like what ego am I operating from?
Yeah, what ego are you operating from?
Dysfunctional. And so um right, and I've noticed that because you know, like this past week has been like, I've been like definitely like angry and just operating in like all that bleh, right? Um, and basically I was wondering if I could get support in refining my ego,
Well,
and
take a look at some of your frequencies here. You have a 56.7. A 56.7 means that you're so much seeking someone to see you, approve of you, and so that you can approve of yourself.
And that's not how that works.
And it doesn't work that way. And then you have an 1112 with a number 5. And 1112 is someone who's so creative and has so many ideas. You have to bring them to fruition. You have to bring them out to the world and believe in them, not seek others to believe in them first before you believe in them. See, what's happening is you keep looking for other people to believe and then you believe. Trust and then you trust. Honor you, then you honor you. This is not how it operates. It's you first, then them. You first, then them. Oxygen max on first, then the person next to you. You understand?
Yeah.
You also have the number 1658. 1658 is the number of the person who has to really have passion for what they're doing, or they're not going to feel to do it. That means you'll like drag on it, take your time, not really put the energy that it needs because you don't really have the passion. And that passion has to come forth. It has to be present. It has to be in exactly what you're doing. You also have a code here, which is 36-8. 36-8 is a person who has to set clear boundaries with dysfunctional people. Very clear. No stepping the line. No, I'm going to listen to your nonsense. No, I'm not going to sit here and listen to you berate me. I'm not doing it. You've got to be so clear with holding your ground, holding your ground. So it shows your soul that you show up for it, right? When you are letting people step that line, you're not letting people show up. You're not letting your soul know that you show up for you. Okay? You have a number that is 1113. 1113 is the number of the seeker. It is the person who seeks to find new ways in which to live their life. But it's someone who has to travel. They have to move. They have to get out of where they are in order to experience new things. So, what is that telling me? That tells me that wherever you are is not where you're supposed to be. Period. You also have a number 36-2. 36-2 is also a music. It's a person who plays music. It's a person who loves sound, who loves music, who wants to play music. You could be a DJ, you could play an instrument. It's someone who has natural musical talents, but puts it away and doesn't like engage it any further. It means like, oh, maybe you got some like you didn't get the acknowledgement that you wanted, or maybe you didn't do as perfect as you wanted in your lessons or whatever. And then you're like, I'm just gonna throw it away now because I didn't get what I wanted. Okay. That's what that means. And so that means that you have musical talent in you. You threw it away because of something that happened, and then you didn't go back to it, and you need to go back to it. So my question is, what musical talent is there?
Guitar.
There we go. Boom. So there we go. So it says here in your numbers that if you do the things that you love and follow that path, money, success, and everything is going to happen for you. But if you keep inviting yourself into environments that are toxic and poisonous and don't have passion and are not going back to the things that you gave up, you're not going to see change. Now, you come up on these lives a lot, and there's so many people who want to come on these lives, and there's so many people who you come in the room and talk, and I'm here to support you, but you got to do the things I'm telling you to do. You understand me now? You understand me now? Tell me you understand me.
I do. I do. And I do.
Okay.
I love you. I love you.
I love you too, baby, and I'm here for you, and I want to see you successful and succeed in every way.
And yeah, it's time. Yeah, like you've said, no more nonsense. So awesome.
Commit to you. You'll see amazing reward. Okay? All right. Hit the X. I gotta go do more. I gotta do more healings today. All right. We have any Norwegians in the house? Any Norwegians want to come up on and get some healings from? from me. Any Norwegians? You were born on November 17th. I'm November 17th. Yay, we twins. Are you a Norwegian? Are you a Norwegian? If you are a Norwegian, say I'm a Norwegian. I need to know. Are you a Norwegian? I feel like having a Norwegian come up. Identify as Norwegian. I'm not sure what that means. Me? Okay. I am Norwegian. Okay, let's go with this. I'm November 16th. Oh, great. I got a lot of Scorpios up in here. Okay, I said yes to someone. Let's see if they answer. We waiting. They might decline it. I'm Danish. I just thought it would be nice to have a Norwegian come up, but it could be anybody. Let's see who comes on right now. I given them a chance, but I think they are um choosing not to. Scorpio love. Woo woo. Scorpio love, baby. Keep your stingers down. Keep your stingers down. Unless you need it to wake up some souls. Okay. I guess they're not coming on. So that is a wash. Let's see who wants to go live. Scorpio in the house. Wow, nobody? 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 Nobody want to go live with me? All right. Nobody want to go live with me? Can I come on in? Okay, let's see. Me, please. Okay, let's go me, please here. If you don't get chose today, doesn't mean you won't get chose tomorrow. Spirit chooses whoever's got to come on live. Now I chose someone. Let's see if she's coming on. Now we are looking at a carpet here. Let's see. Is that a carpet?
Oh, no, 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 moment. How can I change this?
You have to flip it around, darling.
Ah, here. Oh my God, I can't believe it. I'm cleaning the house, so hi.
Hi, sweetheart. How can I support
Hi. Um, I don't know, my
you?
friends, they
Where are you?
always,
Where are you from? You have a beautiful.
I'm I'm from Frankfurt, Germany.
Oh, beautiful. Oh, I love German language.
And my friend loves you, and yeah, she gave me always the sign, you have to go. Now I love you too. So, and yeah, she sent me to you
I re
somehow.
I received that. Thank you. Thank you for be I'm so honored to hold space for you and your divine intelligence. How can I best support you?
Um, you said about the healing stuff, the healing session, and I took care for my mom a very long time, and I got sick from the care, and I can
Let,
get out of the
let,
sickness.
let's take a look at some of your numbers, okay?
Yeah,
Um, so here you have a 765. A 765 means that I am frustrated, I'm angry, I'm hurt, and I feel like I didn't get what I thought I was going to get. So it's an energy of you doing something and feeling like you had an agenda or an idea that you were going to do something or have something from someone and that they did not give what you needed to heal. So there was something you were looking for in the healing aspect. And that is a number that came up. Another number that's coming up here is 468. 468 with a high level 11 is someone who has natural artistic abilities. So there's a natural artist, but it's someone who's put it down and made other things more important that is again taking away from the soul. So it's literally saying that the art being an art is a part of your core being artistic, being creative is a part of your core. And it's saying that if you don't honor your core, you're going to feel like it's going to be an energy like, what am I doing today? Like, what is this day? Like, what is it's almost like living outside of yourself. Do you understand? Living outside of yourself. Then you have a 532. A 532 means that my life has been flipped upside down. So it means that my life's been flipped upside down. I'm trying to restructure it, but I'm exhausted. I'm tired. My adrenals are
Yeah.
burnt. I feel like I've given way too much of myself. I didn't feel like I got enough acknowledgement for what I did do. Um, I felt like people didn't listen to me when I asked them to do things. I had to constantly fight and argue to get them to do what I wanted them to do. This energy is a complete flip upside down. Okay, it's like you having to restructure yourself. Okay, so let's take a look at some of your energies within your system. You've got a 6518. A 6518 is stomach and
Mm-hmm.
intestinal. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so that shows up stomach intestinal, and it represents that there is inflammation around the intestinal walls,
Yeah.
and it shows that the stomach and intestinals is not functioning properly in the way that it should. You've got 8651 with a high level 3. At 8651 high level 3, it's sleeping disorders. It means someone
Mm-hmm.
who is unable to get proper sleep that their body
Mm-hmm.
needs to charge. Okay? So that number represents like a deep part of the being that is carrying so much internally, that is emotionally holding on to, that it's causing disruptions within your sleep. That means your adrenals, your body is not able to recover the energy that it needs the way it needs to. Let's see here. You've got a 232. So 232 represents the upper cranium, upper head, ears. So it could be ringing in the ears. It could be headaches that come and go. It's all has to do. Whenever I see those numbers, I see it as too much tension in the body, and the body needs to lay in water. So that healing is like flotation tanks, laying in waters, laying in warm pools, laying in baths, taking baths. That's what restructures that neurological system that's connected to the ears. Okay. The energy of adrenals aspect is about releasing emotions, screaming into the pillow, getting out your frustration so your body can let go and get sleep. Okay, right? So we're talking about that space. The intestinal energy is again associated to the emotions. It's connected to the emotions. Let's look at what number it's connected to in the emotions. Let's see what the spirits show me. Okay, so you have a 738. A 738 emotion is an emotion of feeling that it's unresolved stuff from childhood. It's like you said something and you never came through on it. Like it's kind of like a sense of feeling like people don't mean what they say. They don't follow through with their words. They don't stand up to their truth with you. And so, therefore, there's a hurt, there's a sadness, there's a deep emotional, I wouldn't say deep. Spirit wants me to change the words. Thank you, Spirit. I will do that. It's an emotional pain of disappointment. Are you understanding all the numbers Spirit's telling me? What do you
Yes,
think of the information that Spirit has shared today?
this is completely my topic, and my stomach, my whole life, my migraine and headache since I'm small. And now the adrenaline fatigue that I was sitting here in my bed, I couldn't move anymore. So, yeah.
Okay, so let's take a look and see what frequencies are going to start healing you. Because you have okay, so you have an 881 frequency with a high 10. So what I want you to do is say download 881 frequency with a high 10 into my body.
Can you repeat this, please?
881 frequency with a high 10.
I'm um a little bit nervous. Can you say it again, please?
Oh, don't worry about it.
881.
I'll download it into your system myself. Tell me if you feel the energy coming into your body. I'm going to go ahead and send the frequency in your body for correction. It's an 881 with a high 10. Just tell me when you feel that.
My eye is shaking.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and increase it and tell me when you feel the increase of that frequency.
Yeah, it's crazy. My eye.
Yeah, and tell me when you feel it even stronger. I'm going to go now into your neurological system with this frequency.
It stops. It's
Good.
gone.
Tell me when you feel it even more in your body. Okay, give me 1 second. Let's take a look at what frequency is standing in your way of receiving more of it. It looks like you're creating a resistance to it, so I'm going to look at why. Okay, so you have a 223. A 223 means I'm afraid of losing control. So it's no one gets nothing past me. I was at a party the other day and I was talking to these people and they were like having this conversation with me. I was reading all their codes while they were talking. I knew everything going on with them and I was just like, yeah, so you just came back from this trip. They're like, how did you know? I said, it shows right here in your code. So you just came back from a trip. I was like-
You're amazing.
My wife comes home. I'm like, uh-huh, you have this code, this code, this code. This is what it means. I see what you need. I got it for you right now. Like I love the universe. Okay. So what the code was, it came up was it's the fear of losing control. So you're actually stopping the frequency of the 881 with the high 10 frequency coming into your body because you're having a fear of losing control. I want to look at something else around that. I want to look at your what we call your quarter numbers that are coming from the different angels that are communicating to me. You have a quarter number of 3 and a quarter number of 4. Quarter number 3 or 4 means I don't want to expose too much to the world. That's interesting. So that means that while you're here on this live, there's a part of you that doesn't want to go into too much of healing. There's a part of you that's trying to like not expose so much of yourself. So
So we're
that's,
fighting against each other.
huh?
So we fighting against each other. My awareness is to try harder, 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 and it's say no.
Yeah.
And this is how it feels. Yeah.
You're not building a relationship with the parts that are resisting. So when people have resistance, right? I'll explain to you resistance. Resistance is there because it's a part of your being that feels like you've left it out of the conversation or you've left it out of what is happening, right? And so when resistance shows up, it's not about fighting the resistance, it's about inviting the resistance. I always love that. It's not about fighting resistance, it's about inviting the resistance to be a part of your experience, right? So sometimes when I feel a resistance to something, I ask, okay, I guess I haven't shown up for you, which obviously is why I have resistance. So I take responsibility for not showing up for you. What do you need for me to be able to move through this? What is it that you're scared of or what's showing up? And it's like you're not acknowledging the fears and helping me work through those fears. You're just bulldozing ahead without asking me what I need, right? So you are a being of great immense power and parts of your being are like, hey, you didn't check in with me. So I want to find out what that part of you is saying. I'm going to do what is called transmission relay. It's a shamanic technique that we use to be able to communicate to different parts of your being. I'd like to talk to the part of her being that's putting up the resistance. Why are you putting up the resistance? I'm putting up the resistance because I don't want to go into a vulnerable place right now with all these people watching me. She hasn't checked in with me to ask me if it's okay for me to go into that space. Even though there's a part of her being that wants to do this, she hasn't talked to me. And sometimes she puts me into things that I don't want to be in. She doesn't check in with me before she goes into things. She just goes into it because she has a plan and she leaves me out of all of her plans all the time. Interesting. Fascinating. Did you hear what it said? Right. Transmission relay is a really powerful technique that we use in shamanism as a way to be able to read into people's beings so we understand what's really going on. Because sometimes people don't tell the truth, but spirits never lie. Okay, so and flowers don't lie either, and nor do trees, and nor do animals. Okay, anyway, so going I remember once, I remember once I was talking to a horse, and the horse told me, it told me that people lie, but animals don't. So I started going to all these different animals and talking to them, and they just told me, like, yeah, it's true that humans lie, but we don't. We tell exactly how it is, exactly how we feel, exactly what we think about, like, you know. And then I was talking to a tree one day, and the tree said the same thing. And then I talked to a flower, and the flower said the same thing. And I was like, oh my God, so we're the only conscious being on the planet that lies. Spirits don't even lie because we make them lie because we don't want to hear the truth. That's so
Yeah.
interesting. But anyway, side note, let's go back to what we were doing. Okay, so that's interesting. Okay, I'd like to talk to the other part of your being. I'd like to talk to the part of her being that actually wants to move forward. What do you have to say? I want to move forward because I'm ready to really step into who I am. I felt like I've given so much of my time and energy, and I really need to reclaim that back right now. And so I'm looking for ways to replenish myself and get back into my creative energy so I can go out there and do the things that I love. Okay, that's fantastic. I love that. So you got kind of like two juxtapositions going on here. You got one part that feels like you're not letting when fears come up or when it doesn't feel so sure of something, you're not checking in with it to ask it what it needs for you to move forward. And the other part's like, I want to move forward, but this is the part that's dragging you back. Now, I just want to talk to your body for a second. Actually, you know what I want you to do is I want you to say out loud, say, body,
Body,
show me what it would feel like
show me what it feels like
to reclaim my energy and my adrenals.
to reclaim my energy and adrenals.
And then tell me what you feel. No sensation, no nothing. Okay. Now, what I want you to do is say, body, show me what it would feel like
Body, show me what would it feels like
to show up for the part of my being
to show up for the part of my being
that is scared
that is scared
and needs me to show up.
and needs me to show up. I feel something in my stomach.
Yeah. Okay, so that's what the problem is. Okay, I got it. Got it. Let's take a look at that. Bring me the numbers, spirits. What do we got? 44-3. 44-3 means, again, it's the part of your being that's resisting and holding that resistance from you doing anything spiritual until you confront it and talk to it and let it know that it's safe and that you love it and that you're here with it and you're ready to and that it's going to be okay. You're not giving enough nurturing to yourself to proceed down the path of your evolution. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So what I want you to do is say, soul,
So
is it true that this part needs my nurturing, my care,
is
and my
is this true that my soul needs care, nurturing?
and my does this part need my care, my nurturing, and my love?
Does this part need my nurturing? No.
So let's do it again. Soul,
So
the part that's resisting,
the part that is resisting,
is it true
is it true
that it needs my love, my nurturing, and care
that it needs my love, my nurturing and care
to move on?
to move on?
Yeah. Because the moment I sent the frequency to correct the imbalances in your system, this huge force of energy stopped it from
Mhm.
happening. So then when I spoke to it, it told me why, right? And now your soul is clarifying it. And then when I asked you to ask your body to give you a future experience of something, it went straight to your stomach. And remember we said that all the stuff was in your stomach in the beginning when I did a health
Yeah,
reading,
yeah,
And you've had this problem for a very long time, haven't you?
Yeah, since I'm
Okay.
small.
Right. So what is that
Yeah,
telling you? Since you were a kid, you have not checked in with your soul, with not your soul, but with the part of your being that has fear and is seeking you to show up with some loving, nurturing care. So that's my assignment for you, my dear, because we can't move forward today until you do that. Okay?
yeah,
So conversation with that part and saying, hey, I see you're scared. Tell me about why you're scared, and then be like a mother to it. Okay?
yeah. So I understand this correct, that, and this is actually what I'm working on to
You're
connect
not working
back to my,
on it, you're loving on it. You're not a slave to yours to spirit. You're loving on it.
okay.
But go ahead.
Yeah, that I was like a little robot all the time, so I have to feel and reconnect back to my body again. And not just to push through my mind because this and this and this, I had to do a list and stuff. I have to more to check in and what I need now today and to change my plans.
So you have to ask the part of yourself, right? If it feels comfortable in what you're trying to push through.
Genau. Yeah.
And and if it says, let me see what it says. Are you happy now that she is recognizing that your needs are just as important as every aspect of her being? I've been waiting for a very long time since she was young to be able to feel safe, that she would nurture me and comfort me in the ways that she wasn't getting nurtured and comforting by the people around her. I want to be able to feel that I'm safe and I'm going into every situation, and I just need her to show up for me. If she does, I will open up so many doors of success for her and make her life really happy. But I can't move into anything that she keeps forcing me into. So therefore, I have to shut it down because can't keep going on this way. Okay, I understand. So do you see what it said to you?
Yeah. Yeah. And this is what I felt the, yeah, last 1, 2 year. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you.
It is a
Thank
pleasure
you.
to serve you, my dear. Thank you for allowing me to serve you. And thank you for allowing me to serve you as I serve our Creator, our Mother, Father, God.
Thank you.
So much we got there, huh? For those of you who are paying attention and operating in that field of being a witness, you can see what happens when resistance is created. And as I said, right, you don't want to fight your resistance. You want to invite your resistance. Resistance is there for a reason, and it's very important. Like, I was working with someone who had a terminal illness, and they were resisting the healing to heal from that, and it was because the part of their being wanted to understand that how is it going to be comfortable staying on a planet when there's so much suffering, when they're so empathic and they don't do anything to support that empathy. And so the being was like, I'd rather die than be on a planet where I'm exposed to every dark thing and every nasty thing on the planet that I'm exposed to because of I'm a highly empathic being, and you don't take any measures to honor that and to create, a safeguard for that. And so once we created that safeguard, that person is still living. So pretty amazing what we can actually achieve when we actually want to achieve it. All right. So that was a lovely. Okay, so I have one more I can do. So who wants to go live with me? Okay, we have a Sarah who says something. All right, let's take a look. And there was a Sarah that I said, but I don't think she is coming on. Where did she go? when people say when you want to go live with me, but um, you have to click the thing. Okay, so it doesn't look like that's gonna happen. So there was someone else who asked. So I'll go for it here. Sarah was unable to join. Okay. I'm looking at a kitchen. Hi.
I can't believe it. Hi, hi. Wow. Yeah. When I woke up today morning, I couldn't understand. I even wrote you and you responded me. Where is it all happening? And when I woke up, I knew it's live Instagram. So I should be know that you will pick me up in the end. I don't know why I didn't believe it. Anyway, okay. So I wanted a scan. But I'm also in a very interesting situation, like very right now. And I wonder how to ask a question. Because I'm also very curious, very, yeah, I'm trying not to say, I'm observing words I'm saying, you know what I mean? So I don't want to affirm anything I wouldn't like to affirm. So,
Just tell me what your question is, and then I'll look at what the spirits send me.
how to finally move forward from the situation I'm in. I mean, I kind of believe it's happening, but I don't have any details and information. It's connected like with money and work and household. Okay. So,
Okay, well, let me just look at the codes here. Right code, you have a 1468. A 1468 means that it's a person it's a person who catches someone in something and feels like there's an exposure. And through that exposure, they are coming into an understanding of what they truly desire. But in order to do that, they have to clean up some energies of like transactions, things that were not put in the right place. So it's kind of like an awakening of self through a very emotional, unnecessary but necessary situation. Basically, is what the
yeah,
code,
yeah, yeah,
right.
yeah.
And then you have a 33-8, and the 33-8 is a code of making sure that this person doesn't get away with what they've been doing. It's kind of like it's almost like making sure that whatever you have going on is secure and safe, and that this energy that you're dealing with whoever it is that you're dealing with, that they are doing the right thing. This is what this means, and it's asking for you to really step into a new way of doing things for yourself, and not putting people into things that aren't really 100% invested in the way that you are. That's what that code means. So my question to you is, who do you feel like you are asking to do the right thing?
Myself?
It represents someone else. So who in your life are you asking to do the right thing?
That's weird.
Are
Because
you
it's,
are you doing business with anyone? Because are you doing any kind of like a transaction with someone, or
um, I'm renting a flat, but I'm not paying because I have no job. The business is suspended. It's crazy. Like I've been almost 3 years in this
okay,
situation.
got it. Okay. So who owns the flat?
Some Mr. Someone, yeah.
Okay, so then I don't understand how you do not understand what I'm saying. When I said to you just 2 minutes ago that you want someone to do the right thing for you. So if you're in a flat and there's an owner, that owner, obviously you want that owner to do something for you.
Yeah, like probably still give me time, but I really want to move forward. Like, and I want to know, because, okay, can I speak?
Hmm.
Yeah, because I mean, I know it's been a quest for sure for me to, fight fears, find stability in myself, and so on, so on. But it's been a long, long time. And I think something in me plays a game with something, because how in the hell I cannot know what to do, like to earn money. It's like I've been humbled many times when I had a soul calling to do something which I knew was my intuition and it wasn't comfortable. I was able to do it. And I've been for months and months and months trying to know, like, what's the direction, and I don't feel any guidance. I don't know, you know what I mean? So I wonder what in me is playing in what, how is it possible? Like, it's not, you know what I mean? I want to know, like, what is my next steps, like what I need action to do and everything. I'm affirming, I'm, you
Oh,
know,
okay, okay. Erase, 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 erase. Everything in the physical world is governed by your soul.
yes.
If you don't have a relationship with your soul, you're not going to have the things you want in your life, period. Okay? So you can say, I want this and I want this to work for me and I want that to work for me and I want this to work for me. But your soul is the one that is shining its light through your avatar, which is your body. So if your soul does not feel fulfilled, then you're not going to have fulfillment. If your soul doesn't feel love, you're not going to have love. If your soul doesn't feel that you see it, honor it, and appreciate it, then you're not going to feel that from the outside world. So let's get clarity for a second here. Okay? Because you keep talking about the physical world. What you need to be talking about is the spiritual world, because
Yeah.
that's where the world manifests from. Okay?
Yeah.
So, first of all, I need to talk to your soul. Soul, do you feel that she is giving you everything you need in order for you to create the things she wants on the outside? No. Okay. Why do you feel she's not giving you what you need? Let's start with one of the things that she wants, which is to be able to find something that she loves and makes money and success from it. Why are you not supporting that? Okay, your soul said that you do not honor your soul because you put yourself down at time. You put yourself down at times, which is putting your soul down. Your soul also said that you do not invite your soul into any of your conversations that you make about the world. You make decisions without confronting your soul. You don't go to your soul and say, hey, soul, so I'm thinking about doing this, 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 and this. What is your guidance on it? What are your thoughts on it? Soul, I want to be able to open up more of this in my life. What do you think I should do? You're not having a relationship with your soul. You're just doing and trying to do. And I'm going to use the word trying because that's as far as you're getting, because your soul is saying you cannot do this anymore the way you've been doing it. Your
I know.
soul you to be in alliance with it. Your soul is supposed to be your best friend. It is the one, if you are when people are disconnected from their soul, life does not work out for them. Okay? Your soul has to be in relations to it. So what I want to ask you right now, one, why are you being hard on yourself, my love?
I feel in my stomach like a very unpleasant feeling.
Course you are feeling an unpleasant feeling in your stomach. It's the entity that has been hoping that you don't make a relationship with your soul so it can keep you in this dismal way of living. You deserve the best. You deserve life to be fulfilled and joyful and full of love and full of happiness and full of everything. So this entity, let me ask this entity a question. The spirit that is actually messing with her stomach right now, why are you doing that? Oh, it said it wants you to feel uncomfortable with what I'm sharing with you. Okay. And why do you want that? It said because it doesn't want you to know this information. Why don't you want her to know this information? Because all I've been doing most of her life is keeping her away from her soul, so she cannot merge with her soul. So therefore, I can keep her where I want to keep her. Why do you want to keep her there? It said because it wants you to lose faith and it wants you to lose hope with life.
Mm,
Why do you want her to lose hope and faith with life? Because you have so much power, it says, and if you knew how much power you have, then it would have failed in what it was sent to do to bring you down because it's in so much pain and it wants you to feel its pain as well. Spirit, is this what happened to you when you had a human form at one time? Yes. I lost everything and I ended up on the streets. And because I was on the streets, I was thrown in jail. And because I was thrown in jail, I was prosecuted unfairly. And I ended up being a person who ended up hating life and hating people. And I did a crime and got killed for it. And ended up, when I died, I couldn't accept the things that I did. And so I went to the darkness. And in the darkness, I am now looking for souls who had the same life that similar things that they did, that I did, which is I constantly put myself into situations with people that I trusted that didn't pan out the way I wanted it to. And that's some of the similar things that she does in the way she talks to herself, in the way that she thinks, and the way she operates is the same things that I did. Do you hear what it said?
uh-huh.
Okay, so that's the entity that's been like suppressing you from being with your soul. So I want you to say, soul,
So
I'm really I take ownership
I take ownership
of neglecting you.
of neglecting you.
I take ownership of not asking you what makes what your advice is.
You know, I was doing every day everything to connect with my soul. At least I was going to the nature, I was
That's
meditating.
soul. The soul going to nature is connecting with your is connecting with your feelings and your body. Your soul is God. It is the God inside of you that is your soul that is waiting for you to make a relationship with it and become its best friend so that it can guide you in your life. That is what your soul is. Okay? When you're connecting with nature, you're connecting with an aspect of God, but you're not connecting with your own soul. So my question is, are you upset with God?
No, actually,
Really?
when I've heard on your YouTubes in last days that you say, God, do you love me? I was starting to doing it now every days, every morning, and I was crying and I was feeling like the God was feeling. I was feeling it in my body, and I was so happy, and it was beautiful.
So
And
you're receiving from God, you're receiving from God from nature, but you're not talking to God about the things you need to do in life.
I swear I was thinking I was trying all the time,
That you're what?
that I was trying to do it all the time.
How are you trying to do it if you weren't doing it? That doesn't make sense. Okay. Say,
Anyway, so
are you happy that I am back with talking to you and connecting with you?
So are you happy that I'm back talking and connecting to you? Yes.
Good. Say, soul, what is your advice? What is it something that I can do that will make me really happy?
So what is something I could really do that will make me really happy? Sing.
Okay. And soul, do you want me to start singing every day to shift my energy?
So do you want me to start singing every day to shift my energy? First it came no, and then it came yes.
Say, did the darkness say no and the soul say yes?
Did the darkness say no and soul said yes? Yes.
Or you can always say, who said who's the light and who's the dark? The dark spirits don't lie, just so you know. Darkness has no reason to lie to a human being. It's just human beings don't want to hear what darkness has to say.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So say, what is the first thing you want me to do to shift this energy in our lives?
What is the
Soul,
soul? Soul, what is the first thing you want me to do to shift this thing in my life? Sing, and then it came the word art.
that's it. So you heard what it said. Say, okay, I understand. So say, tell me more about the singing. What do you want me to do with the singing? Soul, tell me.
So tell me, what do you want me to do with the singing? Singing every day lightly.
Okay. And say, soul, what will that do, this singing?
Clean up.
Clean up the darkness. Okay, great. Perfect. So we know that's what it wants. Okay. And then say, what was the other one it said? Art?
The word art.
Okay. Don't judge it. Just listen to your soul. Be respectful to God. Thank you. Okay. Now say, soul, what do
So
you do with the art?
what do you want me to do with the art? The word craft. And then I saw the like just a sheet of big paper and I don't know, some pencils maybe. I'm not a drawer normally, but I don't know. Something like that.
Okay. First of all, you're not going to put yourself down. Okay. Oops. My phone.
Something was I just heard first of all.
So my phone is getting ready to die, so I'm gonna
Oh
have to
no.
cut this short, and I'll have to do it again another time. But what I need you to do, and here's your assignment, is you have to keep talking to your soul. Okay?
Aren't we getting rid of the entity?
The entity is going to leave the more you keep talking to your soul. Send me a message on Instagram, and I will give you more instructions. But my phone is dying, and if it dies, the whole live will be gone.
Okay.
Okay?
Sure. Sure. Thank
Okay.
you.
Mwah. I love you.
Thank you.
So you have to exit out. And someone asked me, are you sure spirits don't lie? No, spirits don't lie. Animals don't lie. Nature spirits don't lie. There's no need for them to lie. There's nothing for them to lie to you about. The only people who lie is us. So we act when they say something to us, like a dark being or something, reason why people think they lie is because they're the ones lying because they don't want to hear what the spirit has to say. So they just make up whatever they feel the spirit is going to say. But spirits don't lie. I have tested them over and over and over and over and over and over again, and they just don't lie. There's no need for them. Anyway, I love you. I have to go because we'll have to do another live sometime because my phone is going to die. And if it dies, I'm going to lose this entire live, and the people who want to see it later won't be able to. So, mwah, I give you kisses. Know how powerful and amazing you are. I'll see you in the healing temple. If you want more healing, you come up on stage, and I'll see you on Saturday. Until then, Amala Ashe. Mwah. Bye, darlings.